I wouldn't advise just anybody to start a project like this. I'm not going to show everything step by step. I'm just going to show you a little bit of what I did to get this truck running. So far I've taken all this wiring here that I've got out of a 89 Chevy truck, half ton, with the same engine as this one. But this is a 87, and a lot of the wiring is completely different than it was on the 89, so it's going to be a little bit of a chore. But you can see how much this harness has been hacked into and how much rewiring I've had to do to get this thing to even run with a carb. Now trying to run it back into fuel injected. Still running into some issues with the fuel pump, so I'm just tired of hacking into the wiring on this thing, so I'm going to use all that other harness and put it into this one. It's going to be a big changeover. So this is where I'm at right now. I've got a lot of wiring tore off. I've got everything off of the starter down there, and pretty much everything on top is gone here. And this one here has the computer wire going through there, so I'm going to have to pull that out probably from the other side. And some of my cobbled up wiring that was added on afterwards, that's all pulled aside there, and going to pull out what I don't need. And now I'm pretty much ready to take that bolt out right there for the fuse box. Sometimes they're a little stuck, but this is coming out good. There's the headlight part. So everything else that's left here heads towards the engine, and just pull everything towards the center of the engine here. I've got all the wiring off from the tank and the back lights. Anyway, I should be able to pull the whole harness out from up here now. I just have to find it. So this is the harness that comes from the tank. It would be even longer if I wouldn't have snipped the ones off for the taillights. So there's one bundle gone. Actually, that's the third one. Now I just need to get everything over to this side of the engine over here. And that's why I covered up my throttle body. Lots of dust. So anyway, the only thing holding it there now is the wire that goes in there to the computer. So it looks like it's dashboard time. So there it is. The computer's all unplugged. There's the two plugs, and there was a rubber grommet in that hole right there, and I pushed it through with a screwdriver. And this whole harness here is loose from everything. The only thing that was left was right up under there where the wire goes into the computer. So at this point there shouldn't be anything left holding it here. Catch on a few things here and there, but you have to work around them. There it is. Jump. That's the wiring I've got off so far. What? What? Just getting started on this side of the dashboard here, and these switches that I've got over here, this is all the cobbled mesh that I had to use here to run everything before, and had the ignition switch hooked up here on one of the switches, my washers, wipers, my horn, and down underneath the steering column there my push button start that I had. So this whole mess of wire can come out now. That's all the things that I had to tie into to get the carbed engine to run. So this is what my dash is looking like now. I've got all the main wire harnesses out of there. There's a little bit of some wiring left down there for the heater, and for the interior lights and stuff there's a few pieces of wire left, but this steering column is basically shot on this truck already, so I'm going to try and modify the steering column out of the 88 truck that I have out back here, and hopefully I can modify it and get that one to fit in here. This is my tailgate here on my mud truck, and that's all the wiring that I just took out of this truck. And this bundle right here came from this donor truck, and that's what's going into the mud truck.